Hi friends, happy Saturday. How are we? Sorry, I'm hitting the camera for a second. Hello, hello. Surprise, we're doing a surprise Saturday tutorial. We're gonna make the bat flower and then we'll have our instruction document complete with all the measurements. Thanks for joining everyone. I'm Julie from PhotoFabPaperFlowers. So we'll get started in a minute. I did cut everything. Hi Jacqueline, how are you today? So before we get started, I did go to Walmart. They didn't have any Nina Bright White, so I ordered it on Amazon. Hi Linda from South Carolina. They did have a sorted pack of dowel rods. So it was, I think, $4.97. So this one's big. Oh, it has the square ones in it. It has a lot of different dowel rods. So of course you don't want to use the square ones. But this is the pack that they had at my Walmart. So you get four, it looks like 4 different sizes. So I did pick it up just to show you that they still have it. I'm probably going to pronounce your name wrong, from Indonesia. Is it Reiki? I apologize. Hi Irene, how are you? So Walmart still does have the assorted dowel rods. It just looks different from the pack that I got previously. So it is available there. And again, mine didn't have the Nina Bright White cardstock that I like. The Walmart that I was at, so I just ordered it on Amazon in a 250 pack. So that'll come Monday, because I'm almost literally out. I probably have 10 sheets of it left. So here's the bat flower. We're gonna go ahead and make it. And this is the new template 4 that I just released. So when I made my sample flowers, I was just playing around and I didn't actually mark what I cut up the centers and everything. So we're going to do that. And then if you purchase template 4, I will email you the file after our tutorial. So I have everything ready to go. And then I'll start emailing each of you individually. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started. How fun is this one? All right, so after you cut everything out, it's using petals 6, 5, and 4. So you would need 10 black of 6, 10 white of petal 5, and then you need 5 in black of petal 5, and then petal 4 you need 5 in white. So that's all on the document. That information was correct. So I did start gluing them ahead of time while everything was cutting. So basically they are a 1/2 inch in size apart from each petal size. So when you purchase the file, you get this document, which basically says the size for the PNG and SVG files when you upload them to your cutting machine. So it has the petal and the width. So basically when I did mine and uploaded it, I just set the width and then it went automatically to the height. So you can see they're about a 1/2 inch apart. And then you get the instructions for my sample flowers that I made. And this is the part where I did mess up, where I didn't document it. So flower 4 and 5 I will update for you and send you again the instruction document if you purchased already, and then upload it to my listing. Okay, if you are cutting by hand, you do get the print cut trace. So it has all the petals here that you can print out on cardstock or 110 cardstock and then cut them. You also get the spiders, some cobwebs, and some bats that you can cut and trace. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Again, we're using petals 6, 5, and 4 of template 4. So again, just use your craft glue. So this is what I utilize. Again, it's just what works for me. I found it a long time ago because of doing 3D paper projects. It's pH neutral PVA. I get it on Amazon, and again, it dries clear and it still remains flexible because I use it in bookbinding. It's just what I like. You can use any type of craft glue. How are we today? Is everybody crafting? I did run around a little bit this morning. So again, just add glue to the back, and then you just place it evenly on your petal. Kind of try and look for the center. And then again, there's going to be 2 layers of the larger petals. So I just left 1 of each ready to go. Oh, awesome, Irene. Thank you. And we're just gluing. So again, it's optional to do a layered look, but I do like it with this pattern. I think it looks pretty, and especially with that. All right, again, now with the smaller ones, you're going to do the same. So add your craft glue to the back. I did cut these with my cutting machine just to save my arm. I do have carpal tunnel issues, so sometimes I hand cut, sometimes I use my cutting machine. This time of year with the craziness with all the makers market, I tend to use my cutting machine a lot more. Oh, everybody's busy. I love it. My neighbor is doing the leaf blower, so if you do hear any loud noises, it's him out there in the yard. Okay. So for layer 1, you need the 5 petals, and we're cutting it 3 inches. So layer 1, cut 3 inches. Oh, and we're going to style them all the same, is curling them under on each side. Hi, Jenny. Thanks for joining, everyone. Middle of your afternoon, or depending where you are in the world, it could be a different time of day. I'm in Pennsylvania, East Coast time. So after you glued your front to the back layer, then you're going to style them all the same. Use a round object with no hard edges, so a glue stick or the dowel rods work perfectly. I usually roll it down here on my mat. And just roll each side under. And then what I do is take my dowel rod and place it in the center, and I just squeeze from underneath a little. Just because we have glue and it's extra thick. And then the same for the 5 small petals. Roll. Just do some rolling. Feel like we need music. Or maybe I need caffeine. I'm not as chatty. Uh-oh, Jetty went to Michael's. Anything good? I did not go. I went to Walmart. Luckily, there was no Michael's or Target near there. Okay, so the first layer, we're going to cut 3 inches. So I do measure mine. I'll use a wood ruler here because it's a little bit easier to see. 3 inches, I make a mark with my pencil. And then I just cut up the back. I use Fiskars fabric and mixed media. I do get these at Walmart. Now they didn't have any. This Walmart was like out of everything that I was at. So it was very rural, so I don't know if that was the reason or not. But yes, Fiskars fabric and mixed media. They come in fun patterns. For layer 2, we're going to cut these 2.5 inches. So I went ahead and cut those a while. So layer 2 is 2.5 inches. Make your mark and use your scissors. Oh, you got scissors? Did you get scissors at Michael's? No, I didn't get the new glue gun yet. I ordered it on Amazon today. So this is my bigger one that I use, the AdTech. I do have the dripless too, but I didn't open that one yet. I did order a new mini one, the AdTech Precision Pro, because I'm a little worried that it's really getting burned around the edges and it's starting to split. So, and I thought I had one because I always have backup. Either I put it away and can't find it, which it could possibly be, and it'll show up. But I ordered one and it's coming Monday, so. Hey, Wendy. Oh, for ergonomic ones, they have them for Fiskars. I didn't see, like, our Walmart didn't have anything. Yeah, I do have the dripless one here. I just didn't use it yet. I had it for a long time. And I have the Surebonder one, I think. It is the pretty pink one. But again, I cleaned up and I can't find anything right now. I got glue guns everywhere. All right, so layer 3, we're cutting 1 3/4 inches. So use your trusty ruler. 1 3/4. And then you just glue them all together. I like to put my finger in between to separate the petals. I use Gorilla Glue, even though I'm using the AdTech gun. Fold over and hold. I plugged in the big one for the gluing down. I still like if the petals are smaller, I like to use a smaller glue gun. For layer 2, we cut these 2.5 inches. So I do have to glue all of these. Oh, hopefully you can use $20 at Michael's. So could you use a coupon? I'm sure they had one, like the 20%. That seems to be all that they're doing anymore, is 20% off. Oh, hey Courtney, how are you? I'm so glad you love them. They are fun. So mine, as samples, are going to a doctor's office, like I said during the last nights. And I made another one, if you saw it on Instagram. And I think this one, and maybe another one I'm going to do, will go to, hopefully, a friend's restaurant. I need to text her. Again, just fold it over and glue. Again, I like to put my fingers in between. Add a little glue there. Lift up and over. And again, this is 2 layers of petals with glue, so it is a little bit heavier to lift. It was strange when I did 1 layer flower after I did our tutorial last night. Ooh, that was almost my finger. Lift up and over. Hi Stephanie, thanks for joining today. Thanks for hanging out on a Saturday with me, friends. Surprise, I'm on. Layer 3, we cut 1 3/4 inches. And again, we're making the bat flower today. Again, this design does not have to be used for Halloween. I just made it with some Halloween stuff because it's the time of year we're in. Add a little glue, lift up and over. This one we didn't cut up as much in the center. I wanted to stand up a little bit more. Where the cobweb flower that we made yesterday, we left it more flat. Lift up and over. I love it in the black and white, and I love it in the orange and black too. We'll have to make one at Christmas. Again, we're just assembling all the petals. I have my bats cut, I have my center cut. Lift up and over. And what I find, hi Wanda, thanks for joining, is that when I do my crease in the center, especially with 2 layers of paper, I just crease it in the back. It's a lot easier for me to assemble, like to fold it over and lift it up. Add a little bit of glue, lift up and over. Thanks for joining. I'm Julie from PhotoFabPaperFlowers here in PA on a Saturday afternoon. I'm going to put my glue away. We have the pentagon base, so it is 5 inches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 inches wide. So now we're going to assemble the flower, and let's see, we'll probably come in like an inch. Yeah, let's do an inch. So glue 1 inch on base. So this is where the flexible ruler is. I did purchase this at Dollar Tree. So I just measure one inch around. On each straight edge. And now we're going to glue. So now I'll pull out the big guy. He feels like grandpa, like he's old. And hold it there for a second. Do all your tips look burnt like mine? I think because I leave them plugged in forever. When I'm working, it's like all day long. Place it evenly and go up to your line and press down. Rotate your base. Add your glue. And again, I'm not pressing all the way down on my nozzle, on the trigger. And the lines just help you with placement. So V had taught us this trick. I used to cut a second base, and that would give me my line up for the first layer. But she had this fantastic idea. So I learned to make paper flowers, if you're new to my page, about 2.5 years ago. When a friend asked me to make nursery flowers for her because she was pregnant. And I got to see the baby girl, and Miss Addie is now 2.5 years old. So that's how I know how long I've been making them. Because she said, "You're crafty. Can you make me these flowers?" I said, "Well, I will learn." And I found Forever Petals by V. I'm not sure how. It was destiny, though. She's fantastic. And she taught me everything. And I still have my first flower I made hanging here in my office in the craft room. Okay, we're going to go even, so I don't actually need to mark that one. So we're going to go even with layer 1 in between the petals of layer 1. And you just add some glue. And again, go in between and go even with layer 1. And again, we cut this a 1/2 inch shorter, so we went up 2.5 inches here, and we went up 3 inches on layer 1. So now that, because we cut less, the petal stands up more. This is all 65-pound cardstock that I used. The black is Recollections from Michaels. And the white is Nina Bright White, which you can get at Walmart or Amazon. I had to order mine. Ooh, it's so pretty. It's just pretty even without the bats. Somebody had a black and white wedding theme, it would be pretty. Yes, Courtney, these tutorials are the best. She's the best teacher. Great mentor. Without her, I'd probably still be struggling to figure out how to make the paper flowers. She was very detailed, and that's what I need. I stopped and started the video, and I made a rose for my very first flower. It's a little wonky, but it's a reminder I have her hanging here in my office. I should have tucked that one, but we didn't. Okay, for our next one, we're only going to come in a little. So go in between at each point where they meet. I would only do... Oh God, I almost got a mark on my... Let's figure that out. Yeah, like 1/4 of an inch. So where they meet, 1/4 of an inch. And go all the way around. Oops. This is why you need the flexible ruler. Thank you, Karen. So we're going to add... Okay, so when I add glue to one side, what I need to do is I put it here and then I flip it towards me and then I add it to the right. That's how I always figure out how to do it. Look for the middle of your first layer and then line it up with the bottom. Rotate it. Now we can add it all the way across the bottom. Most of you are probably experts in the large flowers. Look for the middle here, glue it down. I am adding bats. Since it's Halloween, we gotta have bats. Look for the middle and add it. And rotate. Probably could have cut this one up a little bit more, like 2 inches. I think it's fine. We're going with it. Ooh, just got glue on me. Yeah, this one's standing up a little bit more than my sample, so I would probably do 2 inches. Tuck it underneath. Make sure it's even. Press down. Ooh, she's pretty though. And then we're going to glue this one down. I'm going to get my little glue gun. I just lift it up, add some glue, press. There she is. So definitely this one's standing up a little bit more. But that's okay. Now we're gonna do, let's add our, let's do our center first, and then we'll add the bats. Really should write down my directions when I make it originally. All right, so I cut, this is the Flower Center Bundle 2. We're using sizes 1 and 2. I generally just size the width to 10, 10 and a quarter. It depends, because I use 8.5 by 11 paper. And then for the smaller one, you can get 3 on a page. And for the size 2, you can get 2 on a page when you're printing them. If you're using 12 by 12, you can add more, like when you're cutting. So all I do is fold it over, and we're going to add glue. So I'm going to use my little glue gun. And when I say glue them even, I mean at the left edge. And I'm not creasing the top. I want it to have a little bit of a loopy look. And this is why I use the smaller nozzle, the glue gun. And then we're just going to add more glue. Anybody doing anything fun tonight or the rest of the weekend besides crafting, which is lots of fun? That's the best part, is being creative, coming up with your own ideas. I can give you suggestions, but you need to run with it. Add your glue. I don't go all the way across because my glue dries super fast. And then we're just going to continue to add our glue. You're all quiet today. What's going on? Wake up, wake up, wake up. I'm having some adult slushies tonight with alcohol. Social distancing with my friends. Since I'm old, we do 5 o'clock. For a happy hour, and then we can be in bed by 10, 11. I don't go to bed that early, but they may. And this is our third one of Flower Center Bundle 2, size 1, so it's the smallest size. Again, just kind of fold it over. And I only go so far over because it does dry fast. Glue it evenly at the bottom. So there's so many different ways you can use to make the centers. This is just one suggestion. We'll do some more tutorials with just making centers. I didn't have time to cut anymore. I like to use the slow speed when cutting. And I need to break in a new mat. I don't like to cut up centers on a brand new mat. I have to clean up some of my other ones. So when I say glue even, I mean right at the edge. They're even all the way across. For size 2 is where I say glue them off center. So when we do that, we're going to glue it where they don't meet at the edge. So there'll be like a gap. So again, just fold it over and then go across. And then just keep adding your glue. Well, what color nails should I get on Tuesday? The decisions we need to make. Oh my gosh, you're all quiet. Am I boring you? Oh my goodness. So happy Saturday. Again, we're gluing this off center. Oh my gosh. Seriously, it's quiet. Hey Chrissy, thanks for joining. Well, I'll save the video, so don't worry. We're making the bat flower. We have our petals assembled and now we just glued our centers. So 3 of the smaller and 2 of the medium of flower center bundle 2. So now we're just going to roll them. So I just start with 1. Thanks, Wanda. Just making sure you're all there. I'm not as chatty today as I normally am. I didn't have a lot of caffeine today. I must drink more during the workday than I do on the weekends. I'm going to add a little glue as we roll. And again, I don't scrunch my tops normally. Because this way it gives it a little bit more fullness. And last night's we did. But you can get a lot of different looks. Girl, there is always a reason to go to the craft store. Thank you, Chrissy. Yeah, the black and white is pretty. Wouldn't it be pretty for a wedding, black and white? Of course, no bats, but unless they have a Halloween theme. So we don't have a large center to fill. Let's look at 2 of them. I always have to check. So see where you ended, and then to go loop it together. So I actually need to go to this end. And just roll around. Try and keep them lined up. So sometimes I press down a little. Add a little glue here and there. And add some glue at the end. Did anybody see my Instagram video from last night? Oh, I don't know. We need the third one. I am double gunning today. It's hardcore today here in the craft room. I want to see how much wider this makes it. Yeah, I'm going to do 2. And then we'll add our larger ones because that's going to give it bulk. It's going to depend on how far up you cut this layer, because I didn't cut it up as much as I did my first one, and it's standing up more, so my center is much smaller. I have to use a smaller glue gun for my centers, and when I glue the petals. By gluing them to the base, then I like the larger. And we're just wrapping, and then add glue again periodically. And this is why the smaller one. Oh, I'm going to post the video here later. I'll show you the flower though. I have to take a picture of it yet. I have a whole storage box of Halloween and fall stuff, and I was putting some stuff away because I'm moving on to Christmas, and I found something and then I had an idea, so. I think if I do another, I'm going to try and do the other one. I just won't push it out as much. And again, try and keep these folded up. It's almost like you don't want their hair to get caught. Ooh, there went my finger. Ow. Hot glue burns. It's always before I have to go get my nails done. I'm always like, be careful of the spot. I glued my finger. It is my favorite holiday too, besides Halloween. I love Halloween, but this year's just a little different. There we go, that fits better. There we go. So I did 2 and 2. So if you use my size measurements, you're going to need 2 and 2. But if you cut this one up a little bit more, it's going to lay flatter, so you could probably do the third middle one. And now we're going to switch to the bigger one, and we're going to glue this puppy in. So just, you can add glue nice and thick. And get it right in the center. That's the hardest part for me. Okay. Now we're going to add the bats. So each petal gets a bat, like we have here. So basically all you need to do, I'm going to work from the outer side, outside in. Is I just folded it up a little, right on either side of the bat, and then I add glue. Just a dot of glue is fine. And you can do it from either side, in the middle. Oh, thank you, Kay. It is, you can hit the shop now, or I think I have it tagged in this post. It is on Etsy, PhotoFabPaperFlowers, and it's template 4. And you do get the bats included. The center purchase is separate. It's flower center bundle 2. So again, you just fold the bat up on either side, right at the edge where his wings go out. Add a little glue. I guess you could do the pop-up dots too. And just go around. I use the larger bats for the larger petals. And then I size down for the middle, and I have that on the document. And I will send everybody who purchased this the new instruction document with the updated sizes. Thanks everybody for hanging out with me. Appreciate it. Everybody's getting their weekend craft on. So again, I just add a little glob of glue. And I like them to stand up a little, that's why I'm not gluing them flat. And just going around the two, layer 1 and 2. They are. Thank you. Girls make me have to think my brain creativity, keep it going, and I love it. Trying to come up with new things, different things. Shouldn't say girls, we're ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Wanda. I don't know about you, but my craft room is a hot mess. I have a lot of orders I need to get done for my clients before I can do my Makers Market stuff. Thank you to all of them for being patient. Today I'm taking a little bit of me time though. We all need that. And now I'm using the 5 smaller sizes for our inner layer. Again, you're just folding them up just a little so it looks like they're flapping. Ah! Ooh, I did design a poinsettia template. I tested it once. I need to retest it. It's a small one. It's pretty. I do have a lot of little poinsettias made from last year, which I can use on some of my projects, so not stressing too much yet. But for like my November market, I'll have the leftover of my fall stuff, but then I need to have Christmas stuff. And our last bat. Ooh. And the templates are on sale through Tuesday night, 11:59. So everything's 20% off. I thank you all for your support. And oh my gosh, look how cute that is. So this was my original one. This is the one we made today. So it looks like I cut less at the center. So I cut these at 1 3/4. You could do 2 inches just to give it a little extra to make it go back a little. But either or, I think they're both pretty. How cute. And that is template for the bat style. And what I wanted to show you was the Mac Daddy. He's a big boy. He comes in at 18 inches. This is template 4. And this is the size 3 of the Flower Center Bundle 2. So all I did was take a skull that I got at Michael's. It's a 3-inch one. It's foam. I'm going to post how to make this one. I have it all typed up. I just need to get a good picture because it was dark last night. I have another skull, so I think I might try an orange one. And he's basically the same size. And that would be cute in orange. But all you do is you take, now this isn't the large size, is you add glue here and you wrap it around. So though it's not a circle, it still works the same way. And I do have the video on Instagram and I will post it here in the group. It's a time lapse, and I'll have the directions for you. But how fun! So when I went in to my container and I saw the head, I was like, I'm gonna try that. So after last night's tutorial, I made this then. So pretty. So this is 4 of the larger centers of the Flower Center Bundle 2. So that's what I mean. Have fun, be creative. It would be cute with little skull bodies periodically. Maybe I'll add that. I don't know, but it got super cute. And again, this one's 18 inches. I'm just looking for my directions. I use, I don't know what petals I use. I have it written down online, so I use pretty big ones. I think it was petal 9 and 10. So again, I did do the pentagon base. But how fun! So it's just as pretty in a solid color as it is in the two-tone color. So thanks everyone for hanging out today with me on a Saturday. And again, if you purchase the template 4 file, I will email you the updated instructions. I'm going to go update them now and then I will email them. So have a great rest of your weekend. Maybe I'll pop on. I do have off Monday for Columbus Day since I'm a banker. Oh, thank you, Chrissy. It's crazy what pops in my brain. I don't sleep much. But thank you all for joining me, and maybe we'll talk soon. If not, it'll be next Friday for Crafting Happy Hour. If not, maybe we'll see you on tomorrow or Monday. Thanks. Have a great rest of your day.